Hey guys, I know, it's been so long since I posted a video on this channel and I am deeply sorry. Obviously I lied when I said I would maintain this channel a little bit more, but I'm going to try really hard to actually do that now that Halloween season's over. For me, whenever I have like a deadline to post something, I get stressed out really bad and then I don't do anything else. It just kind of overwhelms me sometimes, so Skimble wants to say hello. So I am hoping to really crack down. I know so many of you are disappointed with the lack of American Horror Story recaps for this season. Now, originally I had planned on doing that, but if you want a full explanation about what's been going on lately, I did a blog post on it, so I will link that down below. Oh, also, I got my nose pierced, in case you guys didn't know, but a lot of you are from both channels, so I assume you do, but if not, I will link that video of me getting my nose pierced down below as well. But let's get on to this video. So I thought I would combine all three of the most requested things for this channel in one video. I know, that's crazy, right? So we are going to be discussing Ouija, Annabelle, and American Horror Story all in one. First up, we're going to talk about Annabelle, which is the farthest one that I have seen. So let me recap for a second in my brain what it was about. Ah yes, The Conjuring. I enjoyed Annabelle to an extent. I've been a lot more harsh with movies lately, I'm not gonna lie. Annabelle, okay, it's obviously a prequel to The Conjuring, and it follows Annabelle, the doll, that's in The Conjuring. Basically what I assumed happened, and this is what Sarah kind of pointed out to me, is that the Manson murders were happening at the time of this Annabelle doll, and it seemed that there was like this home invasion of this man and woman who came to kill this family, and Sarah thinks that it was related to the Manson murders and that they were actually, you know, Satanists and doing these things for Manson, which I think would be such a unique twist on it, but I'm still not sure. Let me know if you got that vibe from it or if you think it was completely separate. So the woman of these two people who came in to murder this family dies, and I guess well, they say her soul gets attached to the doll, and that's where I'm kind of confused because technically it's a demon that's attached to the doll. So I think she just, because she wrote in her own blood, she slit her own throat, she wrote this like symbol on the wall, and I guess that summoned a demon and then it latched itself onto Annabelle the doll. There are a lot of things in this movie that I really loved. I thought was really creative. For instance, you see it in the trailer, but which is one of the things that made me so excited to see this film, is when the mom is in the nursery and she looks out the hallway and she sees this little girl in this nightgown, and then all of a sudden the girl starts running towards her and the door is shutting, and then when she comes through the door, she like, it's a jump scare, but she like pushes through the door and she's a grown-ass woman all of a sudden. Loved that. I thought that was so cool how they did that, but there are some things I did not like. So the woman that she comes into meeting at the bookstore, her character was completely unnecessary. The only reason they had her in there was for the ending. They needed someone there for the ending, and I'm not gonna spoil anything for you guys, but honestly, they could have made a different ending that would have been so much better without that lady in it. Like, she was the only, okay, she was basically the reason or the excuse for not having internet, because they could not research on their own, really, although books and libraries existed at that time. They needed someone to be like, oh, it's a demon, and it's this demon, or, you know, it's this thing, because they don't have internet at that time, so they needed someone there, and I felt like it was a forced character, and I didn't like her in the movie. So much better in Desperate Housewives. The other thing I did not like about this movie is the fact that we see the demon a lot, and by a lot I mean like full on. It's not like frequent that we see him, but we see a lot of him, and I didn't like that. I did like the first bit that we see, the first time we see the demon is when she's in the storage unit place with all the gates and stuff, and you see the silhouette or something dark over there, like at a distance, and that was creepy. I also really liked the scene where she was on the stairs after she was running from him, and you just kind of see him perched on the stairs, but it's really dark, so it's just kind of like a dark silhouette again. And then we see his face and stuff, and I think that adds a cheese factor to the movie, and it would have been so much better if they used more subtlety. I think subtlety is amazing in movies, and I mean, just look at Blair Witch Project. You can really scare the shit out of somebody with subtlety, and that's fine if they want to show the demon at some points. Just leave it at the silhouette or just the idea of the demon. I think that is so much scarier. I think less is more when it comes to horror movies, in my opinion. So those are my critiques for Annabelle. Overall, it was pretty good. I enjoyed it as a movie, but the blatant, like, glaring, unnecessary character was just in my face the whole time, and as soon as the ending happened, I'm like, oh, that's why they threw her in there. And then as soon as we saw the demon's face, I'm like, oh, well, there goes that. Now let's move on to Ouija. Now, I'm just gonna say Ouija's one of the worst movies I have ever seen in my life. If I was maybe like 13 and just getting into horror movies, I probably would have loved this movie. I'm not even gonna lie. Honestly, so cliche. I seriously felt like we were back in Scream for a second, and it was self-aware and making fun of itself, but it was not self-aware at all. Correct me if I'm wrong with that, but it was not. And it was funny, like, in a bad way. It was funny because things would happen and I'm like, are you serious? Such a cliche horror film, and they did not have any originality to it at all. The idea itself of the Ouija board, been done so many times. It's no longer really scary at all. So I don't know why they went with that, especially being 2014. I don't know why this movie was even made. The reason why I'm so harsh on this movie is because they put something in the trailer that was the sole reason why I thought this movie had potential. The only thing out of that trailer I saw and I was like, okay, I'll give it a chance, and it wasn't in the movie. The only reason why I went to see that movie, and it wasn't in the fucking movie. I was pissed. I was so mad when that scene came and went, and I was like, what? The part I'm talking about is in the trailer when the girl is like, and her eyes roll back in her head. That looked cool, okay? It looked like she was possessed by something. Like, I thought that was interesting. And I was like, okay, well, maybe other parts of the movie would be cool like that. It never happened in the movie. I hate when movies do that, when they put something in the trailer and then it never happens in the movie. Like, it's totally defeating the purpose. And this isn't even a scene where they could have a deleted scene. Like, no, it won't be on the DVD. I can guarantee it. They just threw that in there to make it look creepy, because it wasn't. That being aside, let's move on to your most requested thing, and I'm sure all of you have fast forwarded to this part by now, but it is American Horror Story. Right off the bat, I'm gonna say that Asylum will always be my favorite season for biased reasons. I'm a psych student, and I've had this urge my whole life to want to work at a psych ward similar to Briarcliff, which is weird because it's such like a torture chamber basically, but I've always wanted to work with mental health patients such as those. So that'll always be my favorite season just because of that. So no other season will ever compare. Just want to say that. And I am going to be doing, just a quick moment before we get on to Freak Show, I am going to be doing separate reviews for Asylum and Murder House because I did the Coven updates or recaps last year. So I'm going to be doing an overall review on Asylum and Murder House. So Freak Show, I'm gonna say that I actually am enjoying the season. Is it the best season? No, but it's about on par, maybe a little above Coven, I would say. It's almost on par with Coven with the fact that it's not so scary, which I was actually kind of disappointed. I mean, obviously we still have lots of season left, but I was expecting, because Ryan Murphy had said that this is the scariest season yet, that it would be a lot more scary. Granted, Twisty the Clown added a lot to it, but as we know, he passed away, sadly. Twisty has been my favorite character since the beginning, and as soon as we saw his episode with his story, hands down favorite character ever, probably. He's probably my second favorite character to ever be in any American Horror Story series, and my first is Jessica Lange in Asylum. So Twisty I love, and I'm so glad. I read online, it's a spoiler, I read online that he will be coming back, as will the guy, I forget his name. The green smoke. They'll be coming back. So Twisty is still coming back because I was actually really sad when he died, even though I was happy he was finally at peace and had his face again. But I was sad because he was my favorite character and I'm like, great, now it's gone in the beginning of the season. I really love Kathy Bates' character as well. I think she does an amazing bearded lady and I loved last episode. Well, yeah, by the time you see this, it'll still be the last episode because today's Tuesday. I'm hoping to get this up on Tuesday. But anyway, I loved last episode where we find out that the strong man is gay, and if you look at his history with his women, they got some manly features. So we have the bearded woman, which we all know he conceived Jimmy with. And then we have the three-breasted lady who had an enlarged clitoris that looked like a penis, which I loved that. And I love the three-boobed lady. She is so strong. She's such a strong woman. She knows who she is and she stands up to her man, her husband, so well, and I love that. I love that she does not take his shit and she tells him, like, I'm gonna be too much woman for you when I'm done with this surgery, and I love it. I love her character. Thought it was a little gross when Jimmy and her, you know. Not a fan of Emma Roberts' character, although I will say she suits this role way more than the role in Coven. I like her more in the like 50s era. She looks amazing in these episodes. I'm just so jealous of her lips and like her lipstick every episode. I do love Elsa's character, although I'm not such a fan of her German accent. I think Jessica Lange, unfortunately, I hate saying this, her accent isn't the best, which makes me sad to say. I do like the season though. I'm waiting for it to get scary, like scarier. And there are rumors out there that every season is connected, which if you go online and look up all the conspiracy theories, it is amazing. It's been like my passion, my hobby lately, just Googling conspiracy theories of American Horror Stories seasons all being connected. It's awesome. That's pretty much all I'm gonna say right now about this because this video is way too long now and I'm sorry I had to do that. I could have broken it up, but I kind of just wanted to catch up in one video, you know, because I had to do these three, not had to, but I wanted to do these three separate videos, but I'm like, no, I'm just gonna do one video, get it all out there. You guys can get some popcorn and watch this video and hear all my thoughts for the last three things that I've had to review. So next will be, I don't know, I have a lot to review. I've been watching horror movies like crazy. Oh, I do have something. I decided to start a new series. I know, I'm so ambitious. I'm like gone for months and then I'm like, I'm gonna do a new series. We'll see. But I thought it'd be cool if I started, well, sorry, the glare, started reviewing these little horror thriller packs. You know how you can get these really cheap, like the collection of horror movies? Well, I picked this one up. It's called Where Evil Lies. There's 6 movies in it. And they're all thrillers, and I thought it'd be fun to watch them all and then review them all in one video and tell you if it's worth it. It was $5 for 6 films. That is less than $1 per movie. They're probably not that good. Although I have seen Wind Chill and I really like that one. So I thought because it had a famous actress in it and I really liked it, the rest might be good. I don't know. Candy Stripers? Not so looking forward to. But I thought it'd be fun to do these kind of films because a lot of you know they're really cheesy and sometimes they can be fun and sometimes they can be good and sometimes they can be really, really bad. So I thought it'd be fun to watch them and then talk about them / make fun of them or enjoy them and rave about them. Let me know if you like that idea. I just picked it up for fun because it was $5, but if you want me to continue, I could pick up some more at like Kmart or something, and they're really, really cheap normally, so I really don't mind doing it, and I think it'd be a fun addition to the channel. Make sure to leave movie requests that you want me to do down below. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
You have to do it better than that!